Imagine turning a global problem into a sustainable solution. Last year, a large water body just a few minutes from our school was entirely covered by water hyacinths. Water hyacinths might seem harmless, but beneath lies on one of the most invasive and destructive forces threatening aquatic ecosystem worldwide.
When water hyacinth spreads, it forms thick mats that block sunlight from reaching beneath the surface of water. Without sunlight, underwater plants die, disrupting the aquatic food web and suffocating the ecosystem. As plants and algae die off, oxygen levels drop, a process called eutrophication. Fish and other aquatic organisms are unable to survive in these conditions. They suffocate and die, leading to a significant loss in aquatic biodiversity.
These dense mats block water flow, which turns these thriving rivers and lakes into breeding grounds for mosquitoes and other disease-carrying insects. This invasive plant also blocks irrigation systems, which will make clean water barely accessible for drinking and agriculture.
To make matters worse, water hyacinth spreads at an alarming rate, doubling its population in 2 weeks. This invasive species is more than an inconvenience. It's an ecological disaster.
Simultaneously, overpopulation has led to an ever-growing demand of energy, increasing our dependence on fossil fuels to critical levels. These fuels, while once revolutionary, are now accelerating climate change and increasing the global average temperature, threatening our planet and future generations. The demand for clean, renewable energy has never been clearer.
Now, what if the invasive water hyacinth that has been choking our waterways could be harnessed to power the future? Meet ECo-MFC, an innovative technology that generates electricity by breaking down organic waste while emitting zero greenhouse gases in the process, and at the same time cleaning up our environment.
ECo-MFC. ECO stands for Eichhornia crassipes, commonly known as water hyacinths, and MFC stands for microbial fuel cell, a revolutionary technology that transforms organic waste into sustainable electricity. In a microbial fuel cell, microorganisms act as natural biocatalysts, breaking down complex organic molecules like cellulose during their metabolic activities, producing free electrons as byproduct of respiration.
These free electrons are then captured by the anode. From there, they will be collected through an external circuit and then returning back to the cathode, where they will generate an electric current.
Water hyacinths provides a unique advantage as a fuel source, with 60 to 70% of its dry mass containing cellulose and hemicellulose. This will provide an abundant supply of fermentable sugars, which then will become rich energy sources for the microbes.
Here's how we prepare and assemble the ECo-MFC. We begin by collecting water hyacinths from an affected lake. Once harvested, water hyacinths are dried under the sun. This was done to prevent microbial decay and to ensure the biomass can be stored without degrading.
The biomass is then chopped into smaller pieces, increasing its surface area. Then the biomass is softened through boiling, making it easier to handle in the future. Afterwards, the biomass will be left to cool. This step ensures that the material is capable and appropriate for handling and for the microbes involved in the fermentation process.
The processed water hyacinths are then mixed with EM4 and molasses to create a sludge.
The material is then placed into a sealed container, free from oxygen. This is crucial for the fermentation process. For 3 months, the material is fermented, during which bacteria breaks the material down into compounds which can then be converted into energy.
Now comes the final and most critical part, testing. After months of preparation and fermentation, the processed water hyacinth was then inserted to the MFC and connected to a voltmeter.
This step allows us to measure the electrical output of our MFC and validates our hypothesis that water hyacinths can indeed serve as a viable fuel source for generating electricity. The voltmeter readings confirm that hypothesis, showing a significant step in demonstrating the potential of our innovation.
But our work didn't stop there. We took the experiment further by investigating the factors that influenced the electricity output.
We tested the effects of temperature and also the effects of variation of electrode and surface area using zinc electrode, carbon rod electrode, carbon sieve electrode, and copper electrode. And the results that we obtained are consistent with the following researches.
To gather consistent data, we monitored the voltage emitted by the ECo-MFC over a span of 4 hours and 30 minutes. Throughout this period, our MFC produced an average of 350 millivolts, showcasing its ability to generate steady and sustainable electricity.
ECo-MFC is considered cost-effective and market viable, ideal for decentralized energy in developing regions and sustainable waste management. Further advancement could drive widespread of adoption and significantly contribute to climate change mitigation.
Rising concerns about climate change are driving demand for sustainable fuels, boosting the microbial cell market. Developing countries offer significant opportunities due to energy and waste management challenges, while government efforts to cut carbon emission further propel growth.
By addressing environmental and energy crisis simultaneously, we're not just solving problems, we're creating a sustainable future.